Hey y'all, this is Andrea from VW Family Farm. We decided to give this YouTube channel a try because we have a lot of things we want to share with you, and honestly we've learned so much from YouTube that we thought this would be a good place to get all of our information and all the things that we want to remember in one place, and hopefully it'll help someone else out too. So this first video, we just kind of wanted to tell you our story and how we got started. We're more of a homestead. Our name is VW Family Farm, but I would call us more of a homestead. We raise a lot of our own meat, really all of our own meat, vegetables, honey, just lots of different things, and we'll get into that in future videos. But just kind of to tell you how we got started. It all started in 2012. Up to that point, my husband had had pretty bad eczema for about 10 years, and he was getting pretty frustrated with it. We'd been to doctors all over the place, specialists. He had injections in doctor's offices, medicines, and at one point he was even giving himself injections at home. It was just, he was kind of at the end of his rope about what to do about this eczema. So one day he went into a health food store just on a whim. We didn't really go to the health food store at that point, but went in there just to see if there was anything they could do to help him. They suggested trying an elimination diet where you would just eat like one type of meat, one vegetable, I think he ate one type of bean and eggs. That's all he ate, and that's where you started. And if it cured your problem, then you would slowly add something else in. Well, they told him you couldn't just go buy meat at Walmart or somewhere, that we needed pastured meat. We needed grass-fed and pastured pork. So at that point, we thought, what in the world is pastured pork? We'd never even heard of it at that point. So they sent us to a family farm outside of town. We met this family, and they were a pretty large family, homeschooling their kids, and they had so many cool things going on. We were just pretty much amazed. So we went there just to get some pork. That's all we had in mind. And that wound up being pretty much the beginning of our journey. We did wind up buying some pork from them. And let me just say that elimination diet did work. It did cure his eczema. It went completely away, which had pretty much never happened before. Even with medicines, if it even got better, it would come right back. But it was hard, and it was expensive. So that pretty much started us on our journey, that we decided if we're gonna eat, it was pork at the time, pork this way, we need to raise our own, or we're never going to be able to afford this. So we got some piglets from that family, from the same place we were sent to get the meat. But we got so much more than that too. We were super impressed with, number one, their kids. They had a lot of kids, and I think everybody knows there's a certain way a lot of teenagers, not all, act that we just consider quote unquote normal. A lot are not very hard workers, not very responsible or trustworthy. Well, these kids were different. They were out doing farm work with their parents. They were doing things that a lot of adults wouldn't be doing or couldn't be doing. We were just very impressed, and we thought, we want that. We had young kids at the time, and we thought, that's what we want. We want when ours become teenagers, them to be different, and to be respectful and hardworking and just loyal, and not to just do all the things that sometimes teenagers do because we consider it normal for them to do those things. So we started considering homeschooling. I kind of always wanted to do it. Ben was more reluctant, but we were both public schooled all the way through. So homeschooling was kind of considered weird. I don't know how else to say it, but and we had seen kids that we were like, oh, I don't know, they're kind of weird. And we didn't want ours to be like that. But now I've found out, you know what, weird is okay. You don't have to be like everyone else. But, okay, so let me back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. We got the piglets. It was springtime. Fall came, time for school to start, and we had decided, okay, we're going to try this homeschooling gig. Well, I chickened out. I let doubt creep in. And just like a lot of other things with homesteading, I found over the years, there will always be people who say you cannot do something. But let me tell you, you can. I chickened out, sent the kids to school. After 2 weeks, I thought, what am I doing? I had my chance at my dream at what I wanted to do, and I just let it go. So I told Ben I wanted one more chance. I wanted to pull the kids out and just give it a try. We decided if it did not work, we would send them back. If we saw problems, well, guess what? We're on our 6th year. It's never been better. We have teenagers now, and we love our teenagers. They're fun to be around. They're kind. They're caring. They are hardworking. They're reliable. They could run this farm without us. They're very good workers. So I would say it's been very successful. I don't think it's for everyone. I'm not someone who sits around and thinks everyone should and has to do it and is judging other people. I don't think it's for everyone. It's a lot of work. It takes over your life, but it's the life we've chosen and we love, and it has been very successful for us. So pulling the kids out of school didn't come without some criticism. There's always going to be someone who says you can't do something, especially when you're doing something that not everyone's doing. And at that point, when we were sent to that farm from the health food store, those were the first people like that were homesteading and raising a large family and homeschooling them that we'd ever met. We didn't know people like that. Everyone pretty much did the same thing that was around us. You know, they didn't do that. So, but now that we've been in this for 6 years and just meeting all kinds of people, there is tons of people doing just what we're doing that decide, you know what, I don't have to have the government educating my kids. I am fully capable of doing it, and sometimes doing it better. And there's just tons of people pulling their kids out of school, deciding, hey, I can raise at least some of my food. I don't have to depend on the grocery store for every single thing I eat. If I had to survive on my own, I probably could. I call it a movement. There is a movement of people in America that are getting back to doing things for themselves the way our ancestors did it not very long ago. That's what we've lost, is the ability to provide for ourselves. So this YouTube channel is just going to be kind of us sharing the things we've learned that didn't work at all and that we had to go back and redo. Some of the things that you may not have even thought of that, hey, I could do that. We just want to show you that there's lots of things you can do to provide for yourself and your family and to make money. There are people doing just what we're doing and are making a living off of it. We're not to that point yet. We would love to get there. We're not. But we do make some extra spending money, or we'll make like enough to pay for what we're doing. We'll raise enough broiler chickens at once to pay for ours. We're willing to do the hard work because there's lots of people out there that want these things that they don't have the ability to do them. They either live in town or have some sort of physical limitation that limits them from doing it, but they're tickled to pay some local farmer and know where their food is coming from. So that's what this channel is going to be about, just sharing our journey. We have lots of different animals that we're going to be sharing with you about those animals and about the things that we do with products from those animals, from pigs to cows, dairy cows, beef cows, goats, chickens, dogs, cats, pigs, sheep, just you name it. And if we don't have it right now, we've probably tried it at some point. So we hope you'll stick around and that you'll follow us and get to know our family. We'll have our family in future videos, and we've got lots of exciting things planned. And just thank you for watching this video, and God bless.